Hello. All right.
All right. Hey, we're back. What's going on? This is just a test drive stream. We're here to make sure all my configurations are right and my cameras are pointed at the right place. I haven't done this in like 3 years. Not sure if that's the angle we want. I mean, this is not the main camera. This is just the when I'm on breaks and when we're starting the stream camera. It's not exactly perfect, but it's good enough. Here is the main camera. My hair's a disaster. Holy shit. What a mess. It's fine. Yeah, it's working. So this is what's up. How are we gonna... Is this the angle we want? Let's maybe move this a little bit right here. Yeah, I had a tripod and I broke it because I put it aside and put it on top of my printer, and then I was doing jumping jacks in here when I was doing like a home workout, and the tripod just went flying off the printer because of, I guess, the power of vibration from my powerful jumping jacks and shattered on the floor. Camera was fine, thankfully. Get the ASMR. The mic really picks up a lot of room noise. You can really hear the ASMR of my water bottle and my desk mat. All right. Yeah, I mean, are you seeing all the things that you want to see? Let's think about this. We have enough space to do the mic. Do we want to put our little excellence rack over here in view? My Scrabble words. You see that? No, it's blocked by the microphone. Maybe like that. Excellence. That's kind of better. Problem with this is that now if I want to push the keyboard out of the way... Do it like that. All right, that works. Yeah, because then I can go like here. I'm now working. Maybe we want to angle down a little bit. Maybe this needs to be higher and angled down. We don't really have a way to make it higher right now. It's currently, you can't see this, but the camera and the little tripod that it is on are on top of two yoga blocks. We're improvising. Is this level? It's level enough. But yeah, my Pomodoro thing. Okay, let's test the timer. Okay, great. Oh, if I angle it like that, though, now I'm like cut out of the picture. I mean, not that you're really. It's a little low. It is a little low. Maybe we need to get a new tripod. We are in a new chair since 2.5 years ago, whenever the last time is that we did a stream like this. This is a Steelcase gesture chair. My old Herman Miller Aeron chair is actually over there, like 8 feet away. It was a little too cramped. I had the B cup seat, and I just got these wide birthing hips, I guess. So it was a little bit constricting. This is bigger, badder. I really, really had to work on configuring it to make it comfortable, but it's satisfactory. I don't know. I'm not convinced that the human race needs spinny office chairs. I'm not sure who that's serving. Like, what do I have to spin for? I'm facing a desk stationary. I don't have to get to, like, this wall or this empty space over here that you can't see on the side of the desk. I don't know. It's fine. It's good enough. It's comfy. It's got a recline. I can adjust it if I need to, and that's what matters. Anyway, here, yeah, we've got a field notes reporter notebook where I make to-do lists. So yeah, we don't have time for like a 5-hour stream today. I just wanted to get everything set up and see that it actually is working for the first time in ages, and it seems to be. But the plan is I want to do my 5 by 1 hour Pomodoros starting tomorrow. We might even do more than 5, but the goal is we have to finish my book. So old heads will remember that we were writing a fantasy novel, and we finished the manuscript in January or maybe early February 2023. And then I took off like 2 years and wrote a different book that I was hired to write, a nonfiction book about China. And that was interesting, but it totally took me away from the fantasy project. And I've been getting back into the fantasy project since finishing the China book, which was about October. We finished that manuscript, and then we had like a rerun of our proposal and making a new introductory chapter in January this year, 2025. So now that's totally off the radar, and I'm working exclusively on my own stuff. And the priority in that regard is the fantasy novel. So I have been dealing a little bit with it, tinkering with rewriting the whole thing from the beginning. Not rewriting, editing. I have lots of notes that I took when I wrote it the first time on things I want to change, and I have just lots of thoughts that came up in the intervening 2 years since I really worked on it, of things I want to like enhance. So basically, the plan is I just need to put hours into it to get to the end. We're on like chapter 8. There's 27 chapters, and some of them are easy, some of them are hard. I got a little bit stuck on chapter 8, but the other ones were flying before that. And hopefully more of them will fly after we get past this one. But I need some sort of structure, some kind of accountability to do that. So that's why we're here, and that's the plan. But that's not what we're doing today. Today we're just here to test the technology. StreamRig works, which it does, which is exciting. And then, yeah, I mean, I did have some setbacks with the Stream Deck. It works good enough. I was using a third-party app called Bunch to launch some automations, and I stopped using Bunch in the intervening 2 years for unrelated reasons and started using Alfred workflows to accomplish the same result. But connecting the Stream Deck to the Alfred workflows has proven non-trivial. It's going to involve learning more about Apple scripts, and I just didn't feel like doing that today. It just wasn't a priority. So that's on the maybe-do list. But the actual to-do list is here in front of us. And there's just some things that we're going to do that I can do for the next 45 minutes and see, what we can do with that. And then, the rest of my day entails I'm going to go do a workout. I've got some calls with clients this evening. And that'll be that. Yeah. I call at 5:15 and a call at 6:30. That's my day. Oh. All right, well, for the first time in eons, I can look at the camera and say, let's get to work. It's time. We're back. The bitch is back. So the first thing to do here is I'm trying to confirm some wedding lodging. So I have to shoot my mom a text about that. I was actually contemplating putting messages back on my Mac. I take messages off my Mac because I find it distracting. But if we're going to be working in this mode, maybe it won't be distracting because I have this sort of exogenous accountability from the cameras. I also want to find a new angle for the camera because I feel like I look stupid in profile like this. If I was like 3/4 like this, I feel like I look kind of good. Straight on, as we just saw, isn't bad either. Kind of wonder if can we do 3/4? Just like that. See, the problem is now I look better, but you can't see anything about what I'm doing. So that's not really a solution. Even just a little bit of an angle is better than me completely in profile. That's not bad. All right, well, we sent the message. Next is I'm going to finish my GTD review from the other day, which primarily means dealing with the physical objects. So let me quickly go gather those. We're basically just trying to get a grip on the physical papers of my life. So basically what this means is I have to make a phone call at some point to the ophthalmologist, or rather to the specialty scheduling center to get an appointment with the ophthalmologist. I don't think I need this piece of paper, so I'm going to scan it just so I have a copy and then throw it away. Yeah, just another phone call. Okay. So that's pretty much the complete digestion of my paper files that have come in over the last week. Well, really, that stuff, some of that stuff's been hanging around for months. Ah. This is relevant to what we're doing with the book and with the streaming. So, part of the motivation that I've decided to set up for myself here is that when we finish the book rewrite, totally finish, to the point where I can actually show the manuscript to agents, I'm going to get myself a gaming PC. That's the motivation. So I'm going to make that visual. And let's get some tape. Put that right here where everyone can see it. That's our goal. We already finished prologue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're working on chapter 7. It seems to me that we can finish this in like, I don't know. It's hard to imagine that it can take more than like 5 to 10 hours per chapter if I actually am focusing. And if there's 20 chapters left, that means a maximum of 200 hours, which means God, I forgot to do math. 40 days of full streaming, which doesn't seem like that much. Which is why I want to do this, because like currently I'm not putting in that level of effort. But I know I have it in me. It's just a matter of focusing. So that's what we're here to do, and you're going to help me. So thanks in advance. Okay, we're still finishing our review here. The next step is allocate items from inbox to relevant areas. That's something I have to do today, actually. We'll get there. It's also something I have to do today. Okay. All right, I need to go do something on a whiteboard in the kitchen, and I'll be back. Okay, that was successful. So thirsty today. Jeez. I don't know why. Diet, presumably. I did Pilates yesterday for the first time in my life. It's pretty hard. The term micro tears was used by the instructor to describe a positive state of muscle distress that we were attaining in the course of our workout. Maybe that's why I'm so thirsty today. Maybe all those micro tears have created a sponge-like stratum in my body that is sucking up water like never before into my muscles and other tissues. Who knows? All right. All right. These things are all fine. Actually, I did do that. Okay. Just did that. Okay. All right. This is done. Where do we stand? I don't remember. Does this thing give me like a sound effect? There must be a sound effect. Yeah, there's a beep when the timer hits 0 for the Pomodoro. So that's good. Okay, let's ignore things.app for the moment. We're working on the paper list. I've found that the paper list is a better mechanism for me to actually do stuff. Things.app is a superior kind of a database for me to log all the ideas of that I have of the things that I would like to do over time. But for actually converting them into like a stream of tasks to be done on a particular day within a particular limited window of time, having it on paper is just so much better because you can really judge like the amount of energy and time that's going to be necessary to do the things that you've set out for yourself. What's next? Another thing I'm doing is let's see if this was actioned. Let's see. I'm involved in helping to coordinate my high school 15-year reunion. So part of that involves like rounding up friends, including a lot of people I haven't talked to in a long time, to see if they're interested in attending. Alright, and I need to make a schedule for this Saturday. What is this? I didn't even check on YouTube to see if we're live right now. I assume we are. Why is OBS so misshapen? 0 viewers, but we are. Sign in to chat. Might as well. Okay. Oh. So it's just saying you can't chat in OBS. Then why is it even showing up? It's just not necessary. How do I confirm that I am in fact live? Where do I see that? Is it YouTube Studio? I mean, I'm live right now. How do I... Maybe if I refresh? If I go to If I go to the YouTube homepage, go to my videos, maybe it'll show up there. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm there. The Ouroboros is in effect. Nice. Cool. Alright, we don't need to watch this. Good. Good. We do need to, okay, we need to look at, so Saturday, for those of you following along at home, this video is being created on April 2nd, 2025, at which time the United States government is experiencing a sort of a crisis. There are some civil actions planned for this weekend by various groups in many cities around the country, and I'm intending to attend one in Boston, where I live. So the goal is to figure out where and when that's happening. I know it's Saturday, April 5th. Yeah, this seems like this is going to be a pretty big thing. 11 a.m., huh? Are you sure? It's pretty bad timing. You could get there by like... The Dropkick Murphys are going to be there? That's cool. Senator Ed Markey's going to be there. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, this is not like a secret event. I'm not giving away private information here. I'm not like an organizer of this. So you're not like in the Signal group here. I don't know, I might not get there till like noon. So, something to think about. Okay. Other tasks here include working on the paper list. That's the beauty of the paper list. It's finite. It's finite, and we can see the things that we're getting done. Okay, actually this is good because this is an actual real piece of work. not something, unfortunately, that we can finish in 7 minutes. But I've got this book, The Rhetoric of Fiction, that I have begun reading, and it's a real doorstop. So I'm trying to do like 10 pages, 20 pages a day, depending. I guess that's the next thing to do here. I'm going to turn down my space heater because it's gotten actually to the point where I was freezing like an hour ago, and now I'm actually quite comfy. So, thinking. I'm going to refill my coffee, and then I'm going to read this book. One thing that occurs to me is it's not obvious why I need the headphones, because I'm not listening to any audio. I can hear myself, but to what end? It's kind of distracting because there's like a half-second delay. I like hear myself after the fact. Like I'm not talking to anyone. It's not like a podcast, and I'm not like playing a video game where I need to hear the audio. So I might just take the headphones off. All right, that's what we'll do. You'll still be able to hear me. He says as he turns off the microphone. I think I look better without the headphones, right? You can actually see the shape of my head. What the fuck is bête noire? Maybe we'll read the sound on so you can hear me struggling. Bête noire. A person or thing strongly detested or avoided. Bugbear. What is the origin of this? Literally black beast. Oh. Oh. See, knowing the etymology really goes a long way towards remembering what words mean. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I'll let the sound on. You can hang out with me and listen to me struggle to read. Rouault. That's a crazy name. Rouault. 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 Name pronunciation. Yeah, Rouault. That's what I thought. My French is no good. Never learned French. That's not true. I started to learn French and I got like 5 weeks into it and then made the decision to move to China and started learning Chinese instead. Through our, yeah, we're already on to our break time here. So let's test the break, Pomodoro. Break. There it is. Okay, now you can see me from this angle, and it's on a 10-minute timer. So that's working. Very good. Hair's out of control, huh? Probably get a haircut. I'll put that on the list for this week. Anyway, long story short, our test drive seems to have been a complete success, which is good. That's what we wanted. Really happy about that. That was weird. Why did that happen? Success? What triggered the fireworks? Oh. I didn't ask for that. I didn't know that would happen. I guess that's cool. Cool to know that I have that power. I will have to whip that out at some point. Anyway, we're not going to continue the stream much longer. I think we've accomplished what we came for here today. Everything works. We are basically ready and positioned to do this on a daily basis and return to my fantasy novel. Yeah. It's kind of surreal because it's been so long since I did this. And in a sense, I'm a different person, but in another sense, I'm the same exact person. I have no illusions about like becoming famous for this anymore. Maybe still harbor some illusions about becoming famous for the novel itself, but famous for streaming? No, this is just a artifice to help me with my productivity. I don't know why I keep looking at this camera. I'm clearly on this camera. Yeah, but I think this is going to help because I really do need the help. So it has to work. I'm counting on it to work. But thank you for being here with me to try this out. I think this is going to be a really good spring and summer, or at least spring. Like I said, I could see this being done in 2 months of full-time streaming if we really put our nose to the grindstone. So the only way to get there is the only way to find out is to do it, right? I'm gonna make a note. Definitely the fucking haircut. My next haircut isn't supposed to show up for 11 days. That doesn't seem... Yeah. Okay. Much better. Yeah. Yeah. All right, last thing to test is the... well, let's go through the end of the Pomodoro break. Let's test the other scenes while we're live. Good. 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 Okay. Exciting stuff. Well, is there a reason to keep open the YouTube thing? I guess if I ever anticipate there being chatters, although I'm not sure I care. I guess I could do that, but seems distracting. All right, whatever. We're not going to bother. What I am going to bother with is what time is it? 3:30. Holy crap! It's 3:35. Time is flying. I have like I said, I've got that call at 5:15, so I have to start my workout like imminently. I'm gonna go get my pre-workout, and then yeah, we'll wrap up stream and we'll get changed, and that'll be my day. So. All right. What is gonna happen? Who knows? I do feel very motivated by the gaming PC thing, because I think it would be fun to stream gaming. That's something that I would really like to try. You can see on my channel my streams of like me playing Dark Souls or fucking Elden Ring, but I did that from the PS5. It's not, you can't like see me suffering, and you can't see chat and the friends that I've invited to come chat with me. So you don't really get the effect of like an ordinary Twitch stream. I don't know, I think that would be a fun hobby. I don't know what I would play. Wordle, I guess. Sure, I'm top 1% in the world at Wordle. I just play all the various like New York Times, LinkedIn type puzzle games. Bloomberg News had a really cool one that I did for the first time a couple days ago. It's like a quiz game based on news headlines, and you have different options to like. Well, first of all, you can select which categories you want to be quizzed on and allocate the 100 possible points to be won among the different groups of categories of news. And then I don't know exactly what the math is, how it calculates it, but it distributes the points among the different categories of headlines. And so you like if you don't select headlines for diplomacy, you won't get any questions on diplomacy. And if you put 50 of your 100 points into gaming news, then I don't know if that means you get 5 out of 10 questions on gaming, or if you get 2 questions but they're worth 50 points. But the key element, the key like gameplay mechanic is that you have what's called a lever, which is that basically you can bet on your answer to be like, I want to 3x my answer, kind of like the daily double. But you do that before you've seen whether you're right or not. And one of them is like you can have the number of points. So you can do that if you're like definitely going to get something wrong. Anyway, it's that's a cool game. Okay, I did hear the tok 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 sound, so that is working as well. We are 100% successful, I would say. Today felt really good. Test drive was successful. Well done, team. Final thoughts. No final thoughts. Glad I did this. Excited to come back tomorrow and try to get an early start and actually work on the book. Do that tomorrow, do that Friday, writing group Saturday. I think we'll have some real momentum. We could conceivably be done with chapter 7, which is where we are. And that would feel really good because I've been stuck on that for a while. All right. That's all I got. Time to go work out. Thank you, team. See you next time. Wait, we gotta try the end stream button. Where's the end stream button? I'm gonna rearrange my stream deck so I can actually reach the button more easily. Move that here, move that here, move that here. There we go.